Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I share the same sentiments as my colleagues. And even though I'm a member of the Energy Committee, this is an issue that I actually advocate for a full house, where we summon the Ministry of Energy for a full house committee so that we can be able to be seen to be trying to address these issues by the people who we represent here. Mr. Speaker, in this country now, we are taxing people, which end up leading to them coming up with ingenious ways of evading taxes. You've heard my sister complaining about her electricity bill, and that is influenced by the price of fuel. Some of us pay 17,000, and then all of a sudden you see it's 43,000 shillings. Mr. Speaker, farmers in Narok are now harvesting. Last week, it cost 1,500 shillings per acre on a combined harvester. Today is 2,000 shillings. Tomorrow, because of the rise of fuel prices, it will be 2,500 shillings. Yet the price of wheat has not gone up. For us farmers who also deal with milk, you'll find that you're transporting that milk from Narok to Nairobi or from Kericho to Nairobi. These companies that buy milk will start buying milk at 10 shillings so that they can be able to meet their expenses. What are we doing? We are killing this economy. Mr. Speaker, Kenyans out there ought to know, and I want to reiterate, that the Senate does not participate in passing taxes. That is a task which is primarily carried out by the National Assembly. So, Mr. Speaker, unless the entire full House committee deals with this matter, when we summon the Minister of Energy, like today he was supposed to appear, he sent an apology that I will not be coming in there. Until now we've had to summon him to appear after 7 days. The earliest he can come is on the 17th. So, Mr. Speaker, the next Thursday. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that we cannot continue letting it just to go like that. The problem we have, yesterday, the delegated committee really advised this House that we do not have money. Treasury was setting up a sinking fund. Why set up a sinking fund, yet we don't even know where the money from the petroleum levy fund has gone? Why not borrow from that petroleum levy fund if the taxes are too much to pay on behalf of Kenyans? Mr. Speaker, back in 2013, the cost of fuel in this country was 67 shillings. Now, 135 shillings a liter. Seriously. And the salaries of most people have not gone up. What are we saying? We cannot tax a country to posterity. We are just killing this country. So, Mr. Speaker, I really would like to beseech you, and I'm doing this as a member of the Energy Committee, and I'm not admitting that we have failed, but I think the only way that Kenyans will agree and they will support us is when the entire 47 plus the nominated 20 senators grill the Ministry of Energy to be able to find out the problem of this fuel. Finally, Mr. Speaker, history will judge us wrongly. Because back in 2013, and I've raised this issue and I will continue raising this issue until someone out there listens, from the executive, a company by the name of Prisco Network Limited was paid by the Exchequer 9.3 billion to bring in fuel. That company never brought in that fuel. They went to arbitration, and all of a sudden they were told to pay 14.3 billion. And yet, the Ministry of Energy is saying, we are not able to recover that money. Now they are killing NOC. Instead of helping it, they want to lift the 30%, legal notice that allowed NOC to be able to import all the oil. Are we really going to be lying to Kenyans? I see the ESCC calling. Yesterday they called the board members of the Kenya Power and Lighting to be able to go and grill them because of allegedly they were interfering with tenders. Are we serious enough to bring in change into this country? Or is it just going to be another story where after some time nothing happens? And even if any cases are brought, they'll just be thrown out. So, Mr. Speaker, this country will stop bleeding when we carry out our oversight role effectively, and also every institution out there like the DPP, really moves out, there's no reason as to why a company, a private company, and I dare say a briefest company, during Kibaki's time, would still not refund the 9.3 billion shillings that they stole from the public until this time. And we are talking about trying to bring in change. If there's anyone out there who doesn't understand that, we will never bring any change because of being complicit. It is time for them to wake up. So, Mr. Speaker, this issue of fuel prices going up, this issue of the economy collapsing, this issue, it's making it difficult for Kenyans to make a living. This House must rise to the occasion now and change that to ensure that anyone who is robbing this country and who is not able to perform their task can be able to first suffer the consequences. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the same issue of these government bodies, if you see what is happening in Kenya Power, Mr. Speaker, you will cry. On a weekly basis, they change the management, all because of corruption. So, Mr. Speaker, I really would like to beseech you, don't send this to my committee. Have it, even if you want my committee to run it, let it be something we can all deal with it in this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.